Welcome to your Friday drive-by. We're so glad you are here. This is where we answer your questions. The phone number is 8333-ASK-SDR. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. If we answer your question on the big show, we will send you a swag bag, and there are a couple parts hold calculators still in the inventory, so I would hurry and jump on that. Old school calculators, the clicky ones.
They have beeps, too.
I'm Chris Collins. This is Christian, better known as Daddy Chulo, handsome daddy. You know that's how it translates, right? Papi Chulo is handsome daddy.
I do know that.
Papi Chulo sounds better than handsome daddy.
Handsome daddy sounds creepy.
Yeah.
So I like...
Do you think that people in Mexico think Papi Chulo sounds creepy?
No.
No?
No, Papi Chulo, every time I hear it, it's spoken in a tone of endearment.
Do they whistle at you? Papi Chulo.
Not anymore. They stopped.
Okay, let's go to this week's question.
Hey, Chris. This is Bobby Desai from Penticton Hyundai. I am based in British Columbia. In Penticton, it's a small town in Okanagan Valley. But just wanted to tell you that I really, really admire the work that you're doing and helping all the advisors out up there. So my question is that I recently started as a service advisor that got moved to an internal advisor now. And I feel a little weird on that aspect, reason being there is a cap on it now. Right, I always loved like a high commission job, but over here I have a cap. So from here, I really want to know, like, hey, what's the way I can improve in the things that I'm doing as an internal?
That's a great question, actually. I admire you for asking that because you are capped, like it's different, and there's variables too. So let's just talk about the kind of the basic role of an internal advisor. How does the sales department make the most money? And let's just specifically talk about used cars for a second. How do they make the most money?
I believe they make the most money by selling the best cars at the highest value, and also having the customer coming back for service, so selling them a extended warranty. And a car would be reconditioned and not have to come back after it's sold.
It's not wrong, but what I was thinking about is the turn. So a used car is going down in value, right?
Every day.
Yeah. So if you can get those used cars reconned and up to the front line for sale and in the database or however you're doing it, so they can push it to the internet. Every day that you cut the average turn makes the used car department a tremendous amount of money, right?
Yes.
Because those are depreciating assets. Then the key to used cars is to buy low, sell high. So if you're clobbering every car and every car needs $2,500 worth of work, it's going to be really hard for the used car department to make money. So you want to see yourself as an internal advisor as being an ambassador for the dealership and doing the right thing for service and doing the right thing for used cars. But if you focus on the turn and it's something you track and something you talk about, so if you track what it was before and then whatever you get it to by creating new systems and improving the efficiencies and speed to the front line and the quality, and remembering too that most customers buy with their eyes, so the detail might be the most important part of recon in a lot of scenarios, unfortunately.
It's pretty fair.
Just like we eat with our eyes, right? Like,
yeah.
What was Hoagie's analogy? Like if you have a steak and then you throw it on a garbage lid.
Doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, but it could be Kobe. Like
right.
Fancy steak. So same thing with used cars. It's all about the attention to detail and the look of it. So focusing on the turn. And then, PDIs, same sort of thing, but to a lesser degree. That would be the first place I would start.
Yeah, I think that there's 3 things that you can learn from being an internal. Because if I heard that question right, he was an advisor and then got kind of moved to being an internal advisor. So there's a couple of things I think that are like characteristic of like really, really strong advisors. One is like the ability to communicate within departments. And then the second thing is having a system for organization, moving things through, right? So if it's a customer or an internal, you can pick up those skills either way. But if you're just focused on how fast can I get the car through the process and to lot, it requires you to be able to communicate really well with the used car department, the parts department, vendors, and then the detail department. So you get really, really good at that stuff. It's actually almost, you could make a case, it's more complex than customer handling. Because really, at the end of the day, with the customer, they're the kind of the main focus, and then you communicate with the other ones. But you get really, really good at that stuff, and that should actually make you a better advisor in the long run. I've got some stores that actually, before they put someone into a customer's facing role, they'll put you as an internal advisor first, just so you kind of get the reps, right? And then you're opening and closing ROs, you're understanding the approval process. You also understand the lag, like when you have a car that's got its used car inspection and you're waiting around for an approval, that it really messes up the rest of the show. So all that stuff are lessons that are learned as an internal. So what I would say is embrace the communication portion, the system itself, and then the speed to lot is just like for a customer, how fast can they get their car back?
It's good. Good question, man. Good luck with that, Bobby. Yeah. It's good stuff. I guess there was one more thing I was going to say is if you're really good at being an internal advisor, a lot of times you can get the used car department to give you a flat.
The budget?
Yeah, so anything like, up to $1,500 you can just do, so that speeds things up dramatically too. Maybe you have that already, but if you don't, you kind of got to earn it usually, but it gets the cars to the front line a lot quicker if they don't have to come in and out. And you don't have to wait for a used car manager.
You know what that reminds me of? It sounds a lot like this whole pre-authorization thing we've talked about once or twice with customers.
Christian, it's way over the line. You got to bring that up.
Yeah, I kind of.
You want to talk about my divorce too? What do you want? Where are you going?
That's for the next episode.
What do you do with a car's... Yeah, never mind.
What if it's blue?
Yeah. Well, thank you for the question. Remember, the number's 833-3-ASK-STR, and we'll see you next time on Service Drive Revolution.
Thanks for watching this week's Drive-By. I hope we gave you something to think about over the weekend. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.